He has said when New Zealand first wanted to reduce migration, although he didn't give specifics on that. He only talked about having a smart migration policy. Secondly, he wanted to have a new Kiwi values statement that new migrants would have to swear to, a so-called...
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of New Zealand. That's what he wants for some reason.
Flag saluting values statement. And it was part of a range of comments in the speech, essentially attacking what Winston Peters called woke values, woke politicians, woke policies. In fact, the word woke was used by Winston Peters 19 times in his speech. And what he's doing here is appealing to...
Do you think he might be trying to hit a certain base there, Chewie? Using the word woke 19 times? Like if you were trying to appeal to the Hamburglar, you'd use the word McDonald's 21 times. You know what I'm saying? So who do you think he's trying to pitch to using the word woke, which I think Bernard's about to go on for, but have you got any thoughts first?
Yeah, it's that catchphrase. Like he's slow on catching up with this. That people have really turned off on this phrase now, that it is something that an old out of touch person would say, that everything I hate is woke. And it's the same as all of the other things, calling people snowflakes, calling people triggered. Somebody has told him that a word is trending, and he's just burned that into his brain. The other thing that springs to mind here is this is Winston, who is really nailing his flag to a particular pole here. Mm-hmm. This isn't someone that is looking to stand on the balance of power. He is quite happy to not work with Labour. He is burning a fuck ton of bridges right now because he knows that they're going to rule him out again. So his chances to only be there in that populist, nationalist space, and that is going to clash with National, that's going to clash with ACT. But he knows he's got no hope of being in the left bloc.
Yeah. Well, Bernard, I think does go on to talk about who Winston is speaking to as well.
By Winston Peters 19 times in his speech. And what he's doing here is appealing to a group of voters, quite a small group actually, who have particular views on issues around the treaty, around road cones, around cycle lanes, around vaccinations, around mandates, that got a lot of traction and a lot of attention in 2021 and 2022 when we had the vaccinations and mandates for COVID, and a whole bunch of people started believing that vaccinations were not just ineffective but dangerous, and that the mandates put in place by the government to encourage vaccinations were bad. A whole bunch of other allegations and views fueled by discussion on social media. And that led to, through 2023, the formation of a whole bunch of small parties around people who had won a bit of a following for themselves during COVID and were against the Labor government's policies and against the Labor government and against a whole bunch of things, particularly against this idea of woke, which they believed was, taking the country away from them, and they wanted to take the country back. So
I was doing this research today, and I'll show you. Bernard reminded me of all those small parties, and purely by chance, right? Purely by chance today, I came across this site from the last election. And I thought, I'll show this because we forget the parties that were there. I mean, Animal Justice Party, Aotearoa Legalised Cannabis Party, that's not really part of that, anti-mandate thing. But check it out. Democracy New Zealand, Freedoms New Zealand, the Leighton Baker Party, New Zealand First, I haven't heard much of them, but they're an anti-conspiracy. They're a conspiracy. The New Conservatives, the New Nation Party, New Zealand Loyal, New Zealand. You see what I'm saying? This is last election. And the Women's Right Party, because of course they want to check everyone's private parts. But by chance I came across that website today, and then when Bernard said that, I was like, because there's a lot, man. Last time around, there was a lot of those parties basically trying to come off the back of when, people like Chantal Baker had 100,000 followers because of that. And then since then, nothing. It's like they've had their one hit, they've done their one musical hit. It made it to number 3 in the charts. And so they've gone all in and they've had no success since. I mean, do we ever hear words like her anymore, or like Counterspin Media? Do we hear about those guys anymore? We just don't. They've blown they've shot their whatever. They've done their done their turn, and they've stayed in that area, and it's gone away. So if you're pitching to that people now, I don't know if it's going to work for you at the next election.
I think they have quite a large online presence. They're a very noisy group, but I think when you talk to people that used to be in that space, and I'm talking about someone that I know that I had not spoken to for quite a few years, because they were very, very anti-vax.
Yeah.
Militantly anti-vax. Absolutely blew up their career anti-vax. So she's reintegrating into society now.
Oh, okay.
And is
found the truth, kind of turned away from those feelings. Doesn't matter either way for me. I'm just wondering.
very sheepishly coming back to her friend circle. And,
welcome.
And I think
welcome.
I think that is what people's experience is going to be, because the sky didn't fall, and also they didn't win. So now, we haven't seen mass casualties from everyone getting the jab, but the black goo coming out of our eyes and all of that sort of stuff. So now they have to have a reality check, and I think it is the people that are watching their circle decrease and decrease and decrease. People just fall off, and they're having to take stock. And I think the crowd that Winston is talking to, I mean, he should be used to this. His voting base is ever diminishing through natural attrition. But this is also, he has pitched at the cooker crowd that will conveniently forget that Winston was very, very much pro-mandate.